It's like we teach that. So I have coaching clients, so I do individual coaching too, and I'm able to help them understand themselves, how they do things, and how to maximize results with their Kolbes. So I say, I know that you're not going to follow through on this, or I know you don't need a lot of detail, so let's stick to specifics or tiny simplified things. And it's all like deadlines. It depends on the person. So if I can understand how you do things, and I'm able to coach you in a way that you get it, and that you're able to go do and have maximum results, and that's what it's all about.
So for somebody that's having difficulty maybe with their career,
yep.
maybe it's because they're just in the wrong, slot, whatever it is, their role is somehow just not matched with the way they do things, right?
Yep, it's true.
And now, have you ever met somebody that just is not a match for any kind of work whatsoever? Like they're just really low on the action.
Entrepreneurs.
Action thing. What?
So then they become entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
if they
probably,
could find something
right?
that they want to do.
Well, that's funny that you should say that. Why did you say that?
Just because a lot of people, like, they get stuck in a job and they just don't want to be there, and if they're entrepreneurial minded, where they're very creative, they just want to get out. So most of them just say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not good at this.
But the entrepreneur role is very demanding because you've got to do almost everything.
Yeah, it's
right?
very demanding.
Yeah, it is very demanding for sure.
Like
I'm finding more and more people that are getting into that space.
Well, they have to because there's no jobs left.
Exactly.
Right?
You got it.
Because of the government. We have to blame someone.
Oh, the
Marla,
conspiracy.
let's blame the government.
Well, I'll leave that up to you. You're so good at it.
Who do you blame? Colleen.
Nobody. The government, I guess. I'll blame the government.
I want to know what your score was.
I am an 8-4-6-3.
Oh, geez.
8 fact finder.
Yep.
4 follow through.
6 quick start, and 3 implementer. So what that means about me is that I tend to do research, so I'm more detailed oriented. So I like to research things before I jump into stuff. I have a 4 follow through, which means I maintain patterns and systems. I don't initiate in them, things don't have to be that organized. I kind of do free flow in the space as well. The 6 means that I'm a modifier when it comes to ideas, so I don't just make up all these things. But if you're talking about an idea, I might go, oh yeah, and have you thought about this? And jump on your bandwagon, let's say, for creation. My risk management is kind of high, but not really that high compared to what an 8 would be like in a quick start. And then I'm all imagination when it comes to hands-on. So instead of me having to touch this, I can envision what this looks like. So when he was trying to fix the toilet the other day, I can envision what it looks like to fix it, but you don't want me near any tools whatsoever, ever.
Why? Because
what would happen?
You're only a 3 on
only a 3.
implementer,
yeah.
right?
So I don't understand what it means to use it. If I researched it, then I'd be able to use it. But I put together crooked closet organizers. Like you put up any kind of frames on the wall, they're all crooked. Like I just have no sense of what that looks like, really.
Now, between you and your boyfriend, who is the one who picks up the manual and learns how to put things together from the instruction sheet?
Well, most of the time we don't use one because he like to just kind of free flow it.
I figured
Yeah,
that.
but it would be me.
I sensed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll research it. I need the detail.
And I think there's no harm in reading those instructions. They often help you out.
You know what's better than the instructions? Just look up on YouTube for a YouTube video about it.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
way
Google it.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better than text.
Way better.
Okay. So, like, for example, for people that are listening right now or watching us, who should think about getting in touch with you? Individual people or companies, or
It's a little bit of both. So if people are looking to maximize results, whether it's in their company or in their own space, those would be the type of people that would be more inclined to take a look at a different aspect of their life. Because some of us who are just kind of flowing and are comfortable in what we do are maybe not looking for a change. And if I give them a changing tool, they may not be accepting of it. So
that is so true.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm guilty of that. I'm not ready.
Yeah, don't
Things
help
have
her.
to be lined up. What'd you say?
I said, don't help you, Marla.
Why?
Because you're not ready yet for change.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You're not ready
I'm
for
trying
a
to, I thought
change
that's
yet.
what you said.
Well, you're right. You're right. But hey, I always like a little help. But as
Yeah.
long as it's in the right area.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, it's very important. Many people who offer services like yours in any area, even a Reiki. Oh, you like that stuff. Yeah. It's like, if it doesn't work, if you don't feel better, they go, that's because you're not open to it. It's like, no, I say that's because it didn't work. Putting your hands over my chest, I don't feel better.
Well, I guess you have to believe in it too when it comes to Reiki, because that's a lot.
Well,
of
and also
mindset
it's
as
like,
well.
do you have to believe in it, or you have to believe like a placebo that it's working?
Yeah.
You know, so but I think that your services actually would be applicable for every single human being,
Yep.
like any of those tests.
Yep.
If it's useful, and if the people are not ready for the use of that, and when you meet up with people who are not ready for the use of that, how do you approach them? Do you say, okay, no problem, call me when you are?
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't just leave them high and dry when we do like the numbers. I always go through, like, we have an interpretation session, so I go through what they're taking a look at in their life right now, where they want to go, and I say, okay, well, knowing you, this is what you can do to, like, kind of propel forward and get yourself in this space. So yes, then it would be one of those conversations where they're like, I'm okay where I am. Okay, great. Well, in case you ever decide you want to, here's my card. You know,
Right.
it's kind of one of those.
Do you ever meet somebody who scores really low in all 4 categories?
No.
No?
You can get somebody that, like, there is, not all 4, but there's accommodating. People score in the middle, which those are the negotiators, facilitators, mediators. Most of them are managerial because they see both sides of the fence. So, but no, not all in the, like, low area.
No, really?
No. Yeah.
Like what? I mean, because theoretically, somebody I
be.
could see they answer the questions, whatever.
Yep.
They could be very high in everything or
Yep.
very low in everything. Like, you know, they just might be like really bad at all 4 categories. No.
Well, I've seen a 7-7-1-7, so all extremes, but nothing that where they initiate
Like
and
a
everything.
1-1-1-1.
Yeah, it would probably be way too drained. Like, I don't even know if there would be a person that could even handle being that type of person.
Or a 9-9-9-9.
Yeah.
What kind of person would that be?
I don't want to meet them, actually.
Why not?
They would be crazy.
They'd be like the most interesting man
like,
alive.
they would be fighting themselves all day long.
Really?
Well, it's to think about it, so much structure, so much data, and if they had all these ideas, that makes them, because the improviser of Quick Start is fluidity, I don't know how they would be able to flow, because if they have to be stuck in a box like a follow-through would be, then it would be, I wouldn't want to see that, actually.
Now, do you find that the totals of the numbers have any similarity to sexual preference? Or, I mean,
Nothing.
you male or female, do more women have a certain number score that's very common?
No, you know what? They a lot of the research backed up for the Kolbe. There's no gender, age, race specific, nothing. So there's all of it's different for everyone. So there's not more women that are like this or more men like that.
That's my question.
Yeah.
How about race, creed, color, religion? Any correlation
No,
there?
nothing.
Great. That
Yeah.
sounds good, because that just shows that there's everything in everyone.
Absolutely.
There's no real true stereotype, no matter how much we choose to stereotype.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
I must have had a blank look on my face.
You sure did. I know. We went back to what, New Year's Eve party? I don't know.
No, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, just to follow up on your question.
You mean I
'cause
actually,
know.
you
I'm
thought
just-
about what I was saying?
I thought about
were
it.
actually
That's what
listening
that
to me?
blank look was.
Okay.
Okay. And I came up with another question. Maybe it doesn't correlate with that culture or race or whatever.
Yep.
But I'm wondering if it correlates maybe with something like the Enneagram or astrological signs or that kind of thing.
Yeah, not that they've proven.
Or that true colors thing, maybe
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Like
Is there any
your aura,
correlation
or
there?
if you're a certain Gemini or something? No.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, my boyfriend's a Gemini and I'm a Gemini, and our numbers are not really similar whatsoever. So.
Yeah, well, I find, I'm Cancer, and I have friends who are Cancers, and
Yeah, we're all different, so
I've
it doesn't
dated
matter
Cancers,
that way, yeah.
and there's certain things that are similar, and certain things that are very different, which, of course, you believe in that, but it depends on where the moon is, and the sun is, and what time you're in, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else that you can tell us about this that maybe we haven't asked, but something else that maybe you just want to,
Want to add in?
or that we haven't asked you about that we should know about?
Well, it's pretty, it's a simple process in general. So once people understand how they do things, and they just do things that way, and it's really amazing just watching how teams come together and synergy, and watching how they understand each other after a company's been kind of put in a foundation of Kolbe concept.
It's really interesting. It would be, I think it would be interesting, I don't know if they've done this, to take to do a test,
Yep.
put 2 groups together. One's a control group where there's no Kolbe involved. The other group is put together all Kolbe, to see who's the more effective group.
Well, we did a test in our training where they took people that were innate in certain areas and put them together to take it's called a glop shop. So you had all this stuff just random things, and you had to put them together. So you watched as the Kolbes. So if there was a fact finder detail, they would say, well, in the past we've done something like this, or we've done it like this. And then the high quick start would be the one creating ideas. Well, have you thought about this? And they were the one creating the tagline and saying, well, we could sell it like this, because they had to sell it after. And you watched as you took them outside of their natural doing and said to them, you can't do this, you can't do this. They were lost. Like they couldn't even do anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can
so
people
it's really
change their numbers? Can they become
1 or 2 points throughout years, but you like consistently over 30 years of research, nobody
No.
like has moved. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I do believe some people can change. Some people who are speedy type A, run into maybe some health problems and decide to change their way
Yeah.
in life, and therefore they might change their numbers.
Interesting.
So it's still through doing, right? So if let's say they're health conscious now, they now are on they're very disciplined in it, but they have to actually think about the discipline every day if they were very adaptive in a follow through, because their patterns are not natural to them. So they would be technically in conative stress every day thinking about that discipline, whereas somebody who has a high follow through would be disciplined all day long and not even have to think about it because that's who they do. Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool. Okay.
I'm overwhelmed.
So, do you have a website or something where people
I
can get
do.
more information and maybe find out more about it?
Come hang out with me.
Yeah.
CLindbergconsulting.com. So it's CLINDBERG consulting.com. And I actually have a workshop that I'm putting on at the end of January up in Newmarket. So it's a 2.5-hour workshop that teaches about what Kolbe is and the 3 parts of the mind, how it falls together, and then from there they get their Kolbe assessments done and they get their interpretation done as well.
Well, that's cool. Is that
That's going to be advertised on your website?
It is, yeah.
where is
So
it
you
going to
can
be
check it out.
in Newmarket?
It is at Innovative Chiropractic Clinic.
Okay. Where's
So
that?
it's on Gorham, 1100 Gorham.
I see. I don't know Newmarket that well.
No?
Is it near Yonge Street?
It's in the corner of Leslie and Gorham, so just off 404, the
Little
New Lock
east,
exit.
on the east side.
Yeah, north,
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't go there very often.
I know Davis Drive.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Colleen, great to meet you. Great to have
Yeah,
this conversation.
thank
Great
you.
to find out about this, because it's great to learn new stuff. And
Thanks for
it's
having
amazing.
me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Okay. CLindbergconsulting.com.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. Marla?
Very good.
Maybe
very
we
good.
should. How long does it take to get the numbers done? Maybe we can get it done before the next guest.
Like,
Probably takes a while. Eh?
yeah.
Well, how long?
It's involved. Anyways,
I want to know.
find out on the website, CLindbergconsulting.com. We're going to take a quick break, come back with Marcia Mason right after this as Liquid Lunch continues here on thatchannel.com.